We will call to order the regular board meeting of the Board of Election Commissioners for the City of Chicago. Good morning. My name is Maricel Hernandez. I'm the chair, and with me today is Commissioner William Cressy
Present.
and Commissioner Julie Brown. Present. And next item is the consideration of the agenda. Are there any proposed changes? If not, let us proceed with the approval of the regular board meeting minutes of June 13, 2023. Motion to approve. So moved, Commissioner Brown.
Seconded, Commissioner Preston.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, please state aye. Commissioner Brown votes aye.
Commissioner Preston votes aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Next is the Executive Director's report. Mr. Holliday.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioner Preston, Commissioner Brown. Last week, I attended management and leadership classes in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, through the Association of Elected Officials. They were very informative and very helpful. Our Polling Place Department has sent out letters to both DM and Republican committee presidents in regard to preparing for Tuesday, March 19, 2024 presidential primary election. These preparations involve examining a list of facilities used as polling places, the wards, ensuring that these locations meet our accessibility and minimum size requirements. A list was provided of current locations used as polling places along with accessibility ratings. The locations were where proprietors had requested removal of polling places has been mentioned to those committee persons, and they're in the process of helping us find new locations. Some meetings have been set up with the polling place department and a few of the committee persons to sit down and discuss tonight. I'm in the process of continually updating our contingencies of operation plan along with our public relations back better. This will be done very soon. The new judicial districts will be implemented by August 8th. We are not sure what is going on with the board district, school board districts, but we are prepared whenever we receive them. On Thursday, the first presentation for our new poll book will be held here in the 8th floor conference room at 10 p.m. I'm sorry, 10 a.m. So, commissioners, you guys are invited.
As long as it's not 10 p.m.
No, I'm sorry. I'm still in sleep mode. So, and then after all of the presenters have presented, the committee will evaluate, and then a new vendor will be chosen. And the implementation of the new poll book will be phased in for risk management purposes, meaning that a few precincts in each ward will have a new poll book in March, and then the full rollout will be for the November election. On tomorrow, I'll be touring our current warehouse with the Office of Budget Management, the location that we would like to have as a new warehouse, along with another location that was recommended that really doesn't meet the needs of our office as far as the warehouse space. Outside of that, Madam Chair, our staff is continuing clean up from the previous elections and preparing for the upcoming election.
Just on the polling places that you mentioned, I have a question. So we sent out letters to the committee,
Yes.
committee people, and on the polling places in their particular areas. And do we know which ones have issues? I mean,
Yes, we sent out the list of what we call the tier as far as accessibilities.
yeah.
That was sent, and any other locations that just not suitable, they were presented that as well. And as I said, along with the list of locations where it's a private, office, I'm not one of those contacts.
Okay, so we're asking them to identify new polling places possibly
Yes, we are.
in their area? Okay, and, what percentage do you say, we need to replace of these polling places? Just generally, a ballpark figure?
Well, I don't have a number, but I can say maybe 10, maybe even be lower.
10%. And then, how long do we get these? How long do we get these, how long is it before we go out ourselves?
Well, the letter was, to have some type of resolution or some meeting set up on July 10th. So by the end of the month, we have both of them. Our guys are out in the street continuously looking for new locations. So they know where the needs are, so they're out there looking.
And the letter was sent to all of the board committee people, both parties, and the party chairs as well.
I would check with the home place department if the party chairs this evening, but it was mentioned to all the respective committee persons. And if it wasn't sent to the party chair, I will have it sent. To make sure that they have it, so that way, if there's some extra help needed, it can kind of help push those guys along and assist in that finding locations.
Maybe a different, now that you mentioned that, a different little variation on the letter saying, this is a sample of the letters we sent out to the committee, committee persons. We would appreciate your help in urging them to identify,
You can email it,
Yeah.
I have a question. Right, well, this is a little different. You said that you're preparing for elections. Is there a person strategy or plan for security issues privately for our workers and participants?
well, we have
They both come down.
Well, we haven't started discussing that, but while I was away last week, I started trying to formulate and get some things in place for security. Outside of our regular security, nothing else has been put in place yet. But I understand your concern being generally presidential election. And, we want to kind of be ahead of any issues that may occur in the 2020 presidential election. We want to get out ahead of those so we can make sure that those items and those things are not happening again.
And there may be some national strategies that you that you may want to research.
Let me just add, it's traditionally before every election, we do various law enforcement agencies, including U.S. Attorney's Office and FBI, national issues, state attorney's office, and Chicago Police. So we're going to obviously continue to have those conversations for any particular concern we have. And then always those are our partner agencies that comes to us.
one last question, that was for me. What percentage of the polling books are we going to use in March? Do you know?
I haven't decided that, Madam Chair, as far as the number that's going to be used and the number of precincts. The thought was maybe 1 or 2 precincts, well, for each ward, and maybe a greater number. Sit down with the team and we'll decide how many percentage in each ward. We don't want to put too many out. We want to make sure that it's a full functional product functionality of those new poll books. There's no interference with the old work that we use, that we can see data and results.
Right, that's one thing I was thinking, you're using two different books, two different systems.
So we will ensure that the platform is a platform where a poll can transmit. So,
Right. On the other hand, you want to use enough of them so that when we do the full implementation in November,
we
you
know
know,
that we won't have a breakdown in
yeah.
with those results. So, just deciding the number of precincts for the board.
I like the idea that you're gonna try it in every ward, so we know we have connectivity and everything throughout the city.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll turn to our Assistant Executive Director, Senior Ms. Vera.
Three companies responded to the RFP for electronic mobile replacement. They're scheduled to make presentations on July 27th, July 28th, and August 1st. Regarding staff, all evaluations have been completed. And I'm also pleased to report that we have a highly qualified candidate for the ADA compliance officer vacancy. This person has completed the interview and recommendation process. Sometime in 2 years. Several projects have been completed by the warehouse staff, including the repair of the damaged PSCs and placing them back in the proper location order. The removal of inventory of the early building equipment and repairs have been completed as well. And emptying and storing contents from the transfer cases and what is that? In addition to the ongoing projects such as sorting, inventory, and recycling past elections of license. I will be at the warehouse tomorrow for the site visit with the city representatives. And in closing, I attended the management and leadership course of the elected center.
We will now proceed with Max Vera, our Public Information Director.
Just a few quick updates, because I will be saving my comments for our new website development vendor for new business, but we are very excited to start work as the communications department on that project. We continue our work with Chicago Public Libraries to turn over custody of our around 600 historical records, ledgers, and poll books. Looks like that might happen for October. Again, the board would hold ownership of all of these records, but custody would be transferred so they could be presented and stored and better preserved over at the Harold Washington Library with special projects and other historical records. We successfully restored and treated the mold and other remediation for those records. They are currently being stored with our vendor. Once we settle on a date, as well as the rest of the details, and complete our inventory, they will be transferred over to the Harold Washington Library. And we'll continue to work with Chicago Public Libraries to be able to publicize, as well as let people know that they can come in person and start to take a look at these records at a nearby location rather than our warehouse. It is budget season, both with Cook County and the city of Chicago. Continue to work with the executive director, assistant executive director, and our finance director on providing all materials and comments and summaries that are needed as part of that process. So that is it for me.
Will that be provided to us prior to submission?
Yes, I hope to have all necessary custody documents ahead of either of the August board meetings to give you plenty of time. It looks like that transfer would happen near the end of September or early October.
And as far as public information and public interaction, I know that there are several things that have happened or about to happen, so is there anything on connections that we're publicizing with different groups?
Our community services team is quite hard at work still, attending many different events throughout the city. I have spoken at a few other events. We should plan a bigger outreach calendar for the rest of the summer while we still have this nice weather. and attend more events. I'll follow up with the commissioners on a more fulsome calendar of the rest of our outreach events through the rest of the year.
With regards to the turnover of the historical records in Chicago Public Library, are you anticipating, is Chicago Public Library anticipating some sort of a media event to go with that? Or
At the very least, a press release, but I think that we could work on having either a press conference or a tour. The Chicago Public Libraries are very keen on publicizing this. We've already taken videos and photos of the remediation process when they were moved from our warehouse. We ultimately want to turn this into a larger.
These are some of those big, large ledgers, so there's good optics,
Absolutely. These books go back to the 1880s,
Right.
and some of the ideas that we've been throwing around on ways to publicize this is focusing on some of those decades. Some of the earliest within Chicago, publicized in the 1960s, maybe Prohibition era in the 1920s. They really want to make some of this history come alive.
Al Capone's name in there is all I got. And also, kudos on the signage in the windows of our super site. You want to mention that? at all?
Certainly. Well, thank you for the ideas from our commissioners. But as the super site, remains to be used up until March, we still have our lease, and we did put up election reminders, the upcoming election dates, QR codes with reminders to people to register to vote, to update their registration, and any other of their voter details. They're up on that corner right now over at Lake and Clark, and they look pretty good.
Yes, they do.
You brought up voter registration. Do we have any plans for any events for our voter registration? That was one of the things I was thinking about as far as community engagement. So do we have anything for public outreach now in the work?
We have not organized a specific event yet, but many of our community partners are active out there in the field. We know that we've got League of Women Voters here today. Chicago Votes has been out there, as well as over at Cook County Jail. They continue a lot of their work, and we like to publicize that on our social media. We haven't yet organized our own specific event, but be happy to talk with our community services team.
Because I know several groups that are looking to do some things.
Absolutely, and we want to publicize as many that are out there. So any of those nonprofit groups and our community partners, send them my way, and we'll help get the word out.
Thank you. Now we'll go to old business, infrastructure projects and changes in election administration. Aside from the electronic ballot books, do we have any further updates on any changes to our election equipment? And legislation?
They're not in session.
Thank you. Okay, and now we'll proceed then to new business. And the first item is the RFP bid award and contract with Clarity Partners LLC for the redesign and development of the website.
Good morning. Good morning. Purchasing issued a request, is requesting your consideration and approval to award the request for proposal RFP website development of the ChicagoElections.gov website to Clarity Partners LLC. Purchasing issued a request for proposal for website development to seek redesign and replatform for the ChicagoElections.gov website. In response to the revised RFP that removed the previous budget cap, the board received a total of 9 responses from the following vendors: AME Data Solutions, Clarity Partners LLC, DataMate, L-Design, Jazar, Gray Flex, Interpersonal Frequency, Time Zone 1, and Mojo Design. These vendors provided pricing ranging from the lowest price of $177,978 to the highest of $420,006. An evaluation committee reviewed all 9 proposals and had recommended Clarity Partners. Clarity Partners is a well-rated local web developer based in Chicagoland that specializes in building and maintaining websites for government entities.
They are an MBE-led firm with deep experience in the public sector that have previously partnered with Cook County government, Chicago Park District, Cook County Clerk Office, Cook County Clerk of the Circuit Court, Metro, PACE, and more to refresh and redevelop their websites and to better serve the public. Clarity Partners received an overall highest scoring totals from the community, particularly in technical competence, quality, and responsiveness, and provided the comprehensive and competitive pricing proposal that fits within the board's budget for this company. Purchasing confirmed the appropriate steps and analysis were executed for all proposals presented and considered for the RFP. Purchasing is recommending Clarity Partners LLC to be awarded a contract for the website development not to exceed $216,000.
I know that there I received some exceptions, but as well. So I see, I noticed they did a lot about industry standards information. So is that been clear for whether it conforms with what we're looking for as a board?
So my analysis was not agree very much focusing on what the industry standard is, just focusing on what in terms of their suggested.
And you don't find the material change, any material change in it?
Well, there may be some material change, but I don't find it to be
Still, in to the benefit of the board.
right. So for example, there's an indemnity clause in the proposed contract that suggests add some language to specify that their liability would be waived only for own conduct or own negligence. That would be no negligence. The agreement said that there was specified specifically the change in the time for approving invoices.
So this is for the creation of this new website, right? How about upkeep and maintenance and upkeep?
My understanding is that later after implementation, there will be a contract for the ongoing maintenance.
Yes, this contract will include that maintenance through the length of this contract. Then all goes according to plan. We plan to enter into a yearly maintenance contract with this vendor moving forward.
With this vendor, and the total price is $216, no matter how long it takes.
$216 for this year-long contract. Then we will enter into a maintenance contract with them after July 2024 when this contract expires.
Specifically, that's 200 full development.
Full development implementation, yeah.
Just put it on the record, because this is always out there. The website that they're building for us will in no way be connected to our vote tabulation system, so it will not be able to be used as a portal into that system to have any way jeopardize the security of our voting. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes, yes, yes.
And if I could make a couple comments too. This was a very competitive process. When we first received the RFIs, we had 20 firms respond back to us. By the end of this process, we had 9 very qualified firms respond back to us. But at the end of the day, Clarity Partners ultimately is the firm that has the most experience in this field, as well as worked with many of the people involved in this process already. Once this selection was made known, we heard from Rahul Patel, our election security officer who works with Clarity Partners for Cook County government, who had very high praise. We heard from John Lee, who's worked with Clarity Partners at Cook County as well, so had very high praise about how they can integrate with our VRXG system. So we are looking forward to hitting the ground running. Looks like our first kickoff meeting now will be Monday, July 31st, and the expected timeline for the completion and the new site being live will be the end of November to approximately December 15th. December 15th is our hard date because we want to have that live ahead of the new vote by mail application as we get ready for the March 2024 primary. But given their deep experience within the public sector, the website committee felt that they were the best to hit the ground running and know what a public entity and government needs, as well as to integrate with our existing systems.
So given that they are the winner for the website, what's the difference between what we did in June and AT&T Are we canceling that contract?
That is the next part of new business with a slight amendment to our current website vendor's contract. The contract is now going to be 6 months long. So ultimately, our contract with our current vendor, A&E Data Solutions, would end December 31st, right after our new website goes live, and that would be the end of that contract with our website developer.
We're starting with Clarity now and keeping them through the end of, keeping A&E with changes through the end of the year.
That's correct. A&E's contract is focused on the maintenance of our current website, which we do need to update and will be used through petition season. And we'll continue to use the existing site as is until the new website goes live.
So as they're maintaining this system, this database, and going through the end of the year, is there a reason why we doubled it? If they're already maintained?
One's for the old website.
Yeah, I understand, but why we doubled with the old website?
Part of what's in the contract amendment also includes work on migrating the site to the new website. So at the direction of the board, A&E Data Solutions would work with us to migrate the new website, work with the new vendor to accomplish all of our goals. There's a lot of work that does take, that goes into moving an old website into a new website.
Right.
And that was the ultimate impetus in that we won't need this contract after December with A&E Data Solutions, but there is a lot of work and additional work that will go into moving all of our existing information, old documents, data, technical details that A&E Data Solutions will be a part of.
The migration will be specific and it will have to be maintained. It was just my question as to why, because they've been doing this, I know when we signed off in June on this, for 5,000, they were still maintaining.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and they were doing the entire website at that time.
That's correct.
Now
Also,
we're doubling the amount, and that was my question.
absolutely. Thank you for that clarification, Commissioner. Yes, the A&E Data Solutions did put in a bid for this new RFP. We did select a new website vendor. We are, I hate this term, but we are double dipping for an extent through the end of December. But that's just to maintain the current website as is, make sure that it is up and current for everything through the rest of this year as we migrate the site, build the new site with Clarity Partners, and then flip that switch in December
In December.
in December, yeah.
Just to clarify, it's not so much double dipping as overlapping.
You're right. Double dipping is a bad term to use in a
Yes,
government
it is.
board meeting. It is a slight overlap between these services because they are serving two different websites, two different products, until we merge them into one in December.
And we have to ensure that the functionalities of our website that we have now, that any we have possession of, all that is transferred to the new vendor. So they need to be on the help with that.
I understand that. I think that that's
I agree with you.
Ethically and legally.
There are no further questions. Is there a motion to approve a bid award in relation to the request for proposals for website development that was reissued on July 6, 2023, and to authorize the execution of a contract with Clarity Partners LLC for those related goods and services with durational term of July 25th, 2023 through July 25th, 2024, and with total compensation not to exceed $216,000 through completion of the project.
So moved by Commissioner Press.
And based on the confirmations, assurances, and clarifications that I'll see myself.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, please state aye.
Commissioner Cressy votes aye.
Commissioner Brown.
Motion passes. Thank you. The next item is contract amendment with A&E Data Solutions for website maintenance services.
I'm happy to just talk briefly about that. I know we were just discussing it, but what was presented in front of the board before was a year-long contract. The main changes in this amendment is to shorten it to 6 months, so we can pass off duties of the website to our new vendor by the end of December. as well as have A&E Data Solutions work with the board for all migration of the website, as well as be in hand for any other technical needs or expertise as part of this process.
And otherwise, they used under the prior contract that we approved, the compensation was $10,000 per month. No, it was 5. It was 5,000.
This will be 10,000 per month for a total of 60,000. Some other clarifications within that amendment just remove the duties for A&E Data Solutions for our online vote by mail application. That will be under our new vendor Clarity Partners moving forward, and plan to be live ahead of opening date in December 2023.
If there are no further questions, is there a motion to approve the amendments to the board's professional services agreement with A&E Data Solutions LLC, including material changes to the scope of services, a reduction in the durational term to expire on December 31st, 2023, and amending the compensation to that of $10,000 per month, not to exceed $16,000 over the term of the agreement.
So moved by Commissioner Cressy.
Seconded by Commissioner.
Properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, please state aye.
Commissioner Cressy votes aye.
Commissioner Brown votes aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Now, do you have a legal report?
I have a few things, Madam Chair, thank you, Madam Commissioner. We are gonna hold off on publishing the calendar for the customary time in August, which is good. We have since learned that the State Board of Elections is unofficially informed us they're gonna certify the 5 new judicial sub-circuits for election in 2024. And because they're brand new, because of some discrepancies in the statutes, we prefer that they certify that publicly before we move forward. I don't want to cause confusion or else there's one thing we'll do. As Mr. Holliday mentioned in his report, we still don't have a school district drawn, we don't have a school district drawn by the legislature yet. But I did just want to remind everyone that is in relation to the November 2024 election, not the primary, because they're non-partisan offices. Petition circulation is currently scheduled to begin on March 26th of next year for those offices. The legislature has given itself until April 1st for all those districts, and that's why there is, we've heard some talk that they might legislatively create a special circulation filing period. It's possible they wouldn't draw the districts until after the circulation is supposed to begin and people wouldn't know they're supposed to live in. So again, the legislature's not in session right now and won't be again until later this fall. So we'll keep our eyes closely on that. The good news is that for the judicial sub-circuits, our staff is going to be ready to go in early August, even though circulation won't begin until September 5th. And for the school districts, they haven't begun yet because there's no legislation on it yet, but they are chomping at the bit. And we'll talk on this soon. In regards to this calendar, we have in prior years had the board resolve itself to do the board committee for some calculations, signature requirement calculations in a certain way, because there is an ambiguity in the statute. But I do just want to remind you that in 2020, that issue was contested in front of the electoral board, which does have to enforce the signature requirements. That case went through the circuit court on judicial review and all the way through the appellate court and published the decision in U.S. versus the Board of Election Commissioners, which did affirm the method in which the board has been calculating the signature, which specifically is which election you get the election results from, which past election, in order to calculate the signature requirements. So because we now have a binding appellate court decision, I'm not asking the board to do a resolution this time to make a decision as to how we do it. It's all of our shared opinions. We have to do it with the appellate court is now affirmed as a proper way. So we will be releasing those signature requirements with the calendar. They will be based upon the 2022 general election results. And the board will have a decision. So that is my conclusion.
Council, with regards to the signature requirements, do we have any word, is the county clerk's office going to follow the mayor's doctrine as well?
They have not published their results yet. They are aware of the case and making sure to send the council a copy of it. And so I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do, but they are aware of it. Now, our case did involve work committee posting signature requirements, and it's a different style. You know, those are, we have nonpartisan elections in Chicago. The county does township committee person elections, and those township committee person elections are partisan, which could potentially create a different result. But the Ramirez case also speaks to
It's why we have to.
Next, we'll go to financial reports, and we have one report today, a balance sheet and voucher listing for the city of Chicago of 2023 appropriation number 23-04 dated July 25th, 2023, in the amount of $3,180,756.18. Is there a motion to approve?
And seconded by Commissioner Cressy.
All those, properly moved and seconded, all those in favor, please state aye.
Commissioner Brown votes aye.
Commissioner Cressy votes aye.
Motion passes. At this time, do we have public comment? We receive no requests. No public comment?
No love?
Mr. Lasker, is there a need for executive session? Okay, if not, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved by Commissioner Cressy.
And seconded by Commissioner Cressy. Probably moved and seconded, all those in favor, please state aye.
Commissioner Cressy votes aye.
Commissioner Brown votes aye. Motion passes and we're adjourned.